Wedbush Semis analyst Matt Bryson joins us now to discuss what it all means for the major chip stocks. Thank you for being here, Matt, on this important day. So you have a buy rating on NVIDIA. You cover the semi sector. Does this change your rating appetite or what you're going to pitch to investors? Does it change the calculus for whether or not to buy these stocks at these price points?
I mean, certainly, I think you have to add the potential impact to your mosaic. Having said that, I think that the promise of AI remains the same and the risk remains the same, which to me is not so much around how much AI costs or what the resources are, but instead it's how do we unlock the power of AI? How do we get to the point where we really start seeing applications show up and displace, people or technology. And I think if it's still about spending more dollars to get there, that companies will still spend more dollars to get there and will still buy the best infrastructure that's out there.
So you don't think this will change the CapEx prospects for this year, for next year, that it'll still be kind of tens of billions of dollars for some of these big tech companies?
I think so, because I think that the opportunities are so large. So if you're talking about, say, displacing search or the leaders in search, or if you're talking about things like making autonomous vehicles a reality, I think the amount of dollars that can be won if you can do that through AI are so large that that's what's been fueling investment. And so looking forward, if you can use the technology in kind of equivocal to what DeepSeek's developed and get to that point, that's great. But I think that what we've seen is companies are willing to continually lift investment because they see that promise just a generation away, and missing out on being the first company there is such a concern that I think people are still going to be willing to spend.
Yeah, that's something we were talking about with Mike Santoli a short while ago. I'm curious what you think it means for the supply of chips, for the export controls that have been put in place to prevent some of these chips from going to China to create something like this. Do you think this changes the calculus in any way? Does it make those export restrictions tighter, or does it loosen them in the hope of, maybe having more of a communication between the two nations?
I think it's pretty unlikely that we see export controls loosened. It seems like painting China as the villain is a relatively popular scheme in politics, and I don't see that changing. I think from where we are in terms of export controls, remember that a lot of the technology that DeepSeek is using was obtained prior to export controls being put on, or restrictions being placed on China or tightened. And so I'm not sure if things get tighter either, since a lot of what we're seeing now kind of comes out of what had been a year or 2 years ago versus what current restrictions, or the current restrictions that exist.